Okay guys, going to tell you a wee Irish shrimp style pattern. I've put this on the channel before. I think I tied it on a size 10, an Apache Shrimp I'm going to tie. So the hook in the vise is a size 14. Sometimes you need to go small when the fish have been in the river in the system a while. They've seen every other fly under the sun through at them, in my opinion anyway. So the thread I'm going to use to tie the fly is uni thread 801 white. This is just to keep the two braddies on the fly, the rear and the front section, as bright as possible. So the tag in the rib is going to be an oval silver tinsel, an extra small, and that's simply just to suit the size of the fly that I'm tying. So just catch that in. Just going to run my thread down, put my threads between the point and the barb of the hook, and then I'm going to come around with 5 turns of the oval silver tinsel to create my tag. And the last turn, bring it up and in between the two hooks, come around with a couple of turns to secure that in, and then you can come in and trim away the excess. Now the tail on the fly is going to be the golden pheasant breast feather dyed red. So just going to take away the rubbish at the bottom. Just stroke these fibres back to reveal the tip. For up to the hook, turn to hold, another turn to secure. I'm going to fold back the tip. Now don't let go of the tip because I'm going to bring it out to cut it off. Bring my thread up out of the way, give me room to work. Trim your tip away. Then you just look at one turn in front of the other of the golden pheasant. Now there's times that I'll tie these tails long, and there's times that I'll tie them short. So just get this knocked onto the hook. Don't get too hung up if the fibres get caught, because I can come in and brush them out. Just like to concentrate on getting the feather onto the hook. Now, I'm not going to get another turn, so I'm going to have to hold it there, come back in with my thread. But I want to keep them last few fibres, so just come up and come across the feather. This will catch in the fibres. I want to keep all them fibres in, and I get a good tail on the flies. Run this up to there, around about half the length of the body, so give yourself some sort of measurement, especially when you're tying these wee flies. Just come in with my brush here and just brush out the fibres. Just tie the rest of that stem in. Then the way back down we'll tie in our oval silver tinsel again in the extra small. So let me trim this way, get that tidied up, and just tie this in the way down. Same again, just tie it in, bring it underneath the shank, hook shank. Just want to bring my thread tight up against the tail. Now the body's usually yellow floss used. This is a Glow Bright floss number 10. It's just one strand that I've doubled over, just to thicken it up a wee bit. So just tie it in, pull it into length, run this up the rear part of your body, and then just like any other floss, just come around, tight turn onto the tail, and just touching turns of the floss up the body, the rear part, up to there. Follow it around with my thread, one turn to hold, a couple of turns to secure, and then we'll come in and trim away the excess. Then we can bring up our oval silver tinsel, 2 or 3 turns on the body, it's planned out on a wee fly like this. Up to there, follow it around with my thread, a couple of turns to secure, come in, trim away the excess. We'll just get a wee haggle. This is just a fluorescent yellow Chinese cock haggle that I'm using. Natural yellow will do. You don't have to go out and buy fluorescent yellow Chinese cock haggles. So one turn to hold, another turn to secure, fold back the tip. Your thread turns back up over the tip and the haggle. Come in, locate the tip, you can break it away. Then just come in with the back of my scissors, just stroke the fibres back. Then you're just looking one turn in front of the other. Now on a wee fly this size, my standard, I would usually do 3 turns, but because this is a size 14, I'm only going to do 2. Now that's going to be enough for me there. So just try and cut everything down, and with a turn to hold and a couple of turns to secure the haggle. Come in, trim away the excess. Just going to fold anything that's going forward back, bring the thread up the sagging part of the body, get another length of our oval silver tinsel and extra small. You can use wire, you don't have to use oval silver tinsel and extra small either. Use silver wire for your tag, silver wire for your ribs. The flail will still work, it'll still catch fish. Bring my thread up right up to the mid haggle. Next part of the body is just the number 3 glow bright floss. Same again what I've done with the rear body, just one strand doubled over. So glow bright floss number 3 in red. Just tie it and put it in the length of the sagging part of the body. And then just bring this round. Just want to try and get one nice clean turn onto the middle part of the fly, and one turn touching the other of the sagging part of the body. Room with a turn to hold, a couple of turns to secure, and you can come in and trim away the excess. Bring up your rib. Same again, 2-3 turns on the front body, much like the rear. Catch that in with your thread, a couple of turns to hold, come in, trim away. Now, we'll see what way we're sitting here. You can use a straight through red haggle, or you can use a bodger. This is just an old cheap bodger haggle that I have, that was just natural bodger, but I just dyed it a deep red. It's just to use the feathers up. Sometimes I'll do that. Now, just come in, locate the tip, bring it away. Just come in with your scissors, back ear scissors. Just use it back, just gently stroke them up the stem, and then just come around with 2 or 3 turns. It's up to you. Depends on the quality of your haggle. I'm just going to put another one in. I want to beef it front out a wee bit for myself. Yeah, it's plenty. Just going to come around with a turn to hold, a couple of turns to secure. Just going to come in and trim away the excess. Right. Then it's going forward. Just come in and hold it back. Nice tight turns of thread in. Just to get everything to sit back. So I'm going to put jungle cock on now. 2 small eyes here on the jungle cock on my desk. Just going to show you them in a second. So that's more, just 2 wee small eyes now. I'm not going to take the fibre at the bottom away, stroking them back to get a tan in point. Staffing them up to the hook. And just come around with a couple of loose turns of your thread just to hold them in place. Then we'll come in and see what length we're like before we bolt them on. Double checking. It's always worthwhile to double check your jungle cock. Happy with that, so just hold the eyes. Take another couple of tight turns of thread. I'm going to fold back the stems. Just bring my thread up over the top of the stems, tying them in. Now, I'm not going to usually pull these off, but if you pull them off when they're this small, you might just actually break the eye off. So just best to come in and take your time here. Just bring them out and just trim them away. Wee fibres underneath, we'll take those away while we're here. Right, just another wee one on the side. Oh, bit of fluff. Now, I'm just going to come in at this point and whip finish, because we're going to brighten the head up with a Glow Bright floss number 4. I'm just going to whip finish that off. Come in, trim away the thread, and then come in with my Glow Bright floss number 4. Nice bright orange. You don't have to do this, you could use black thread the whole way up, and that's what's used on the original fly. It's just black thread. Right. I'm going to try and keep your turns till a minimum here, because you don't want to bulk the head up either. So just tie it on with 3 or 4 turns, and then I'm just going to whip finish it back down with 3 or 4 turns. Pull the floss tight, come in, trim away the excess. First coat on the head, like every salmon fly and Doligan fly that I tie, super glue. It's the only time I'll really use, a couple of times I'll use super glue. When I'm doing heads, it's just a wee bit of fibre there. When I'm doing heads on flies, when I'm finishing off, because that's what's holding the fly, whole fly together, is your head. And then when I'm tying in squirrel or certain hairs, I don't really use it that often on the rest of the fly. Right, there you go guys, that's a wee size 14 Apache Shrimp. Just a wee slight variation on it. Now, like I said, I think I said at the start, sometimes you do need to go small when the fish have seen everything under the sun. Tube flies, size 10, size 8s, whatever. And sometimes when you put a wee smaller fly on, just get you a wee take, and then sure, after that, if you can keep the fish on, that's up to you. So look, tie a few up, have a few in your box, give them to lose, and hopefully they can catch you a few fish.